I'm imperfect. Just like everybody watching this video, you know what I mean? That's the one thing I can say we all have in common. We're all imperfect. And me, starting off with me being imperfect leads me to my subject of the video, and that's what are you prioritizing? What are you prioritizing? Just because you're speaking something into the air does not mean you're prioritizing it. Prioritizing comes from actions. And today I just want to go down a list of things that you may be false prioritizing, or you know what I mean? Just a little extra motivation to make sure that you can sit down and have a conversation with yourself and make sure your actions line up with what you've been speaking into the air. Let's do it. Number one. Are you really prioritizing your money? Are you really prioritizing your money? What does 3 days look like for you? Like in those 3 days, are you really prioritizing your money? Are you going to sleep at 3, 4 in the morning and you ain't do nothing productive during the day? You know what I mean? Just certain things. Are you putting your pleasures above your bread? Are you putting people above your bread? Are you putting worldly things above your bread? Are you going through Instagram for 2 hours before you get up and go do something? It's little things, you know what I mean? Just know whatever you're doing in your life, you're training your mind for something. And if what you're doing is not a healthy habit, it's not something productive, you're not doing nothing for yourself, but hurting yourself, you know what I mean? Let's practice good habits, you know what I mean? This small part. To my students on all levels, do what you're supposed to be doing. To my K through 12, do what you got to do until you can make that decision to not go to school or go to school for yourself. While you're there, put yourself in a position for fallback. Even if you know after school you don't want to go to college, you should still be preparing yourself, because you never know what can happen. And to my college students, are you prioritizing school? Are you wasting money right now? Are you in school and you know you don't want to participate and you know that's not what you want to do? Is school high on your priority list? I say this, any student, school auto top 2, top 3, automatically top 2, top 3, automatically. And if it's not, then why are you there? If you can't put a substantial amount of time into your top 3, it should not be in your top 3. Your top 3 messed up. Me personally, I try to keep my priority list: God, my bread, school. My bread falls under a lot of different categories. My bread falls under YouTube. My bread falls under trying to learn how to trade for myself. My bread falls under streaming. My bread falls under editing. My bread falls under my actual job. So what's your priority list? What's your priority list? Let's start with that. What is your priority list, and are you catering to your priorities the way you should? If the answer is yes, you're doing something right. How can we enhance that though? If your answer is yes, if you feel like yes, my priorities are intact, they're in the right order, and I knock them all out the way I'm supposed to, how can we better? How can we better? How can we up it? How can we, you know what I mean? That's the next step. You're never done. I don't know how many people watching this video are Christians. I'd assume a good majority. If you're not, but I am proudly a child of God. And I know I'm imperfect because I'm trying to work on reading my Bible more. I say honesty. This is honesty. We Woolations right now. We in Woolations mode right now. So I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. Y'all keep it 100 with me. I was doing really good reading my Bible and keeping my relationship with God like this. And I've been struggling to keep that like this. Now, my relationship with God, as far as me believing and knowing what I know, that'll never change. But it's a certain standard I hold myself to when it comes to my relationship with God that I'm personally not hitting. It takes self-accountability for you to be able to acknowledge what you're doing wrong. A lot of y'all will sit here and lie to yourself and say everything's fine and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do when you're not. And this all comes back to one big point. How accountable are you for yourself? How much self-accountability do you have? What standard do you hold yourself to? Are you just living day by day and whatever happens, happens and going with the flow? Or are you structured and this is how I'm going to spend my time because every day you get older? You know what I mean? I'd say a well thought out schedule is a great way to start. And making that priorities list will tell you exactly how to make your schedule. Time is of the essence. Let's take advantage of all the time that is given to us, bro. Because you don't know when you're going to leave. So fulfill that purpose and get your priorities straight, bro. Let's talk about it. Is weed on your priority list? It's getting crazy. Our generation's getting crazy with it. Now, do I feel like smoking's bad for you? No. Nah, not at all. Can smoking become unhealthy for you? Yes. Very. Can smoking become a cancer in your life? Yes. Will people know that smoking is a cancer in their life and not address it? Yes. And that's an issue. If you can't acknowledge that problem and in some type of way limit yourself, in some type of way stop, then that's an issue you need to address. That's not something you brush off on the shoulder. Don't rely on it. Don't prioritize it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You smoking more blunts? Are you more focused on rolling when you get home than studying and you in school? Let's talk about it. What are you reliant on and what's on your priorities list based on how you spend your time? Let's just talk about this last week. And I hope y'all actually thinking right now and not just listening. Let's think about this last week. And how would you say you spent your time? How would you say you spent your time? Was it productive? Or was it unproductive? And if you can sit here and tell me that it was unproductive, you're already growing. You feel me? You feel me? It's a matter of just holding yourself accountable, bro. You have free will to do whatever you want in this world. But spend your time wisely. Do what you know to do. Be disciplined. We all are imperfect. I'm a end it with how I started it. We are all imperfect. I'm imperfect myself. I wouldn't be telling y'all something that I A, haven't been through, B, haven't seen firsthand, or C, I don't need no C. It's one of them two. I done felt it before, bro. I done felt it before. I know how it feels. I done felt it. My priorities, like I said, I'm still I feel like they're in the right order. I'm just working on putting time into those priorities the way I should, as much as I should. And that's all it is to it. And that's accountability and acknowledging it. And I want everybody watching this video to be able to do the same exact thing. The same exact thing. So little Woolations for y'all. Long overdue. But it is what it is because we get it done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I hope you guys can actually take something from this. You know what I mean? Like, I hope watching this video, you really sat down and thought about how you're spending your time. What are you putting your time and energy into? And is it repaying you? That's all I want to talk about, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Y'all see it. Make sure y'all stay tuned, man. I'm out. What the fuck, Cardi?